following the disaster that was the first debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, where he basically destroyed himself, the DNC is now trolling him with billboards to try to goad him into a second debate. That's right, the former president and convicted criminal was greeted outside of his rallies in Indiana and Pennsylvania this week with billboards like this one. There's no debate. Trump's a chicken. I love the sign, too. I'm afraid to debate. There's even a mobile billboard that has that image set to the tune of the chicken dance, which is great. This comes after Donald Trump rejected any more debates with Vice President Harris and declared himself the winner and said, oh, yeah, you know what? I won so bigly that, it doesn't make any sense for me to ask for a rematch. Okay. He then claimed over the weekend that it was too late for another presidential debate. Because, early voting. Early voting. We can't do it. Can't have a debate because of early voting. That's right. What? No, there's no rule that says that. Now, look, Harris and the DNC obviously trying to goad him. In fact, at a fundraiser on Sunday, she said, my opponent seems to be looking for an excuse to avoid when he should accept. I feel very strongly that we owe it to the American people and to the voters to meet once more before Election Day and continue the conversation. Yes, the conversation. I can't wait to hear about who's eating cats and dogs now. But I can't do that if Donald Trump doesn't debate. So what are we going to do? Now, DNC Deputy Communications Director Abhi Rahman said, quote, it wasn't so long ago that Donald Trump boasted he'd debate anytime, anywhere. But after Vice President Kamala Harris held him to account for his failures as president, dangerous second-term agenda in their first debate, it's no surprise Trump turned chicken, too scared to face the music again. I love it. Now, here's the thing, though. Trump's like, I'll debate anytime, anywhere against Joe Biden, who's barely even alive. Yeah, well, no wonder he would debate Joe Biden. It's because, Joe Biden did not do very well in that first debate. In fact, he did so bad that he ended up, leaving the entire race. I mean, that's it. So he's sitting there pining away for the days of Joe Biden, going, oh, please come back. Oh, you're the only person I can debate against and actually looks, less insane, but people weren't paying attention to me. They were paying attention to how old and incoherent you are. So much so that they didn't pay attention to how old and incoherent I am. I want to go back to that. So, now, funny enough, it's actually not his advisors that are saying, don't debate Harris. Okay? They're not out there going,
don't you ever do that. Don't you ever do that. I tell you, don't do it.
No. Actually, his advisors want him to. Yeah. Now, that said, getting back to this effort to goad Trump, before I get into his advisors and what they're saying, but this is how you fight Donald Trump, okay? You embarrass him, you get under his skin. And I love that they're actually doing that. And I love that they're actually calling Republicans what they are. Weird. Now, she did that. She pointed that stuff out during the first debate. And what happened? He came completely unglued. And yet, Republicans still pushing him for him to do a second debate. And I'll give you the reasons why in a minute. Now, Republicans are arguing that Trump can have a better, more disciplined performance a second time around after Harris was widely seen by voters as a winner of the debate ABC hosted early in September. Strategists are saying that the former president has nothing to lose by partaking in another debate, particularly after Harris's performance did little to move the needle in a race largely seen as a dead heat. Now, you have one Trump donor, Dan Eberhardt, saying this, quote, don't take the bait and focus on policy. If he focuses on policy, and this is, he wants him to debate, if he focuses on policy, he wins. What? wait, hold on. Republican policy is deeply unpopular. So if by policy, I assume Dan Eberhard means trashing Biden-Harris policies. Okay, now the thing is, he does have to lie about those. I mean, for example, immigration. But if he talks about immigration, he's going to bring up pet eating. So now, Eberhard said of this, quote, I would say that I'm not sure what group of persuadable voters are motivated by that issue. Eating pets. Yeah. Yeah. But here's the thing about Trump. He's not trying to get persuadable voters. No, he's not disciplined enough to do any of this. That's been Donald Trump's problem his whole time. His whole the entire time he's been in politics is that he has no discipline whatsoever, and he does verbal diarrhea. Now it's gotten even worse. Okay, and so he doubles down on red meat, goes on weird rants, doesn't answer questions. At least not directly, not without going 8 minutes into a question about how he's going to bring down the price of groceries. And he starts talking about the Haitians, they're pouring in, they're eating your cats and dogs. That's what's going on. And I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to round them all up. I'm going to put numbers on them. I mean, just, insane stuff. Insane stuff. Now, that said, Trump is losing ground, believe it or not. A new Reuters Ipsos poll has Trump losing to Harris 47% to 40%. That is outside the margin of error, okay, which is 4 points in this poll. So she is polling above the margin of error. Now, that said, that's national polls, and we live in a system where that doesn't matter, okay? We live in a system where somebody can get the popular vote and still lose. So what really matters is the battleground states. Well, other polls have shown Harris and Trump neck and neck in these battleground states, with many of the results within the polls margin of error. So there's that. I mean, a recent New York Times Siena College poll, for example, showed Trump with marginal leads in 3 of these states: Arizona, Georgia, and North Carolina. North Carolina, however, Mark Robinson might end up dragging the ticket down, which is why, of course, Trump and the rest of the Republican Party have immediately distanced themselves since that CNN expose on him and his very interesting commentary on a porn site. Yes. Now, that said, on issues, Trump is still leading, for example, on the economy, right? People, for some reason, trust him on the economy. I don't know how, I don't know why. It's just one of those things where it's unfathomable to me if you actually look at the details and look at how Donald Trump has not only been a steward of the economy, but also a steward of his own finances. The guy who went bankrupt 6 times, really? That guy? You want that guy in charge of the economy again? Very strange. Very strange. Whose whole, policy during his administration was to cut taxes for himself and other rich people. Okay. Well, anyway, on the economy, that's the number one issue. Trump is still leading, but not by much. Asked which candidate had a better approach for the economy, unemployment, and jobs, 43% of voters responded to the latest Reuters Ipsos poll, picked Trump, and 41% selected Harris. Trump's 2-point advantage on the topic compares to his 3-point lead in August, the same Reuters Ipsos poll back in August, and an 11-point lead over Harris in late July, shortly after she launched her campaign. So he's lost a lot of ground when it comes to the economy. That's amazing. Now, Harris also opened up a 31-point lead over Trump in a Harvard Youth poll. In this poll, taken September 4th through the 18th, close to 3 in 4 Democrats under age 30 polled said that they planned on voting, compared to only 3 in 5 younger Republicans. During the spring edition of the poll, there was only a 2-point difference between Democrats and Republicans. Wow. Now, the poll also shows a bit of an enthusiasm issue, or lack of enthusiasm, when it comes to Trump voters. They're not as excited to turn out. So, where does that leave Trump with the debate then? Well, I do think that Trump will eventually agree to a debate because of everything that is going to get under his skin. I mean, he has notoriously thin skin, and so at some point, he's going to, I think, and I could be wrong about this, but he may eventually agree to a debate. I mean, on Saturday, Harris accepted CNN's invite for a debate on October 23rd, and now even Fox News' Bret Baier thinks, oh yeah, Harris will do a debate on Fox, even though she hasn't publicly agreed to it, but is saying that Trump is the holdup. So having Trump get blamed for that, that's also going to get under his skin. He's going to have to respond to all of this. And what I see here is a lose-lose situation. So either he goes to the debate and then embarrasses himself, because, again, her whole debate policy, the first debate, was to basically give him the rope to hang himself in a figurative sense, not in a literal sense. Or he skips the debate and is dubbed forever a chicken for running away. Once again, lose-lose. The ball is in your court. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.